evening, viewers. My name is Hez Mahehu. My husband, a father of 3, and I'm also a minister and a producer at Bullions Production, a director at the same time. And I'm glad to be here. And this is my lovely wife.
My name is Angel Mahehu. This is Mahehu particularly.
Yeah.
A wife, a mother, a minister, and above all, I would say one of the best gifts in life for me was getting married to this dude. And this is our love story.
I remember it was one Saturday afternoon. It was a family fun day at church. So she had come with a group of friends. So during introductions, they say their names. Then I hear her name, Angel. I'm like, nickname. So I asked her, is that your nickname or your real name? She laughed, like she's laughing right now. And then, yeah, then from there, she began to come to church. And wacha tupose hapo endelee na version yake. Kutumia version yako.
So what he didn't tell you
Yeah.
is that I came with a group of dudes. As in, I was only chick in a group of like 7 dudes. So it was like a family fun day. I had actually just relocated back. I had just lost my dad, so I was trying to get my footing. So one of my friends told me they were having a family fun day at their church, and I said, okay, cool, I'll come. So I went for the family fun day. I saw him, but I didn't see him like that, because I was like, it's the truth, man.
Wow.
I'm a very noisy person, you will tell by the end of this show. So yeah. He was very quiet, very calm. He was the goalkeeper. So what I noticed about him was, oh my gosh, that guy is so quiet. And that was it. So after that, we went for an all-night prayer meeting. I think it was in transition to the new year, I think. It was of young adults.
Yeah, young adults,
yeah,
yes.
It was a young adults overnight. And when we were there at we were going for the overnight,
yes.
We were with one of my best friends. So he had a guitar. So he had left his guitar. And so we said with my friend, hey, we'll carry the guitar and we'll look like musicians. So you should have seen us bragging in the streets of Nairobi, carrying a guitar, feeling like we are so musical. I didn't know it was his guitar. So when we were there, one of the things that caught my attention about him was his love for God and his passion in just the way he was interacting with what was being shared during worship. And I was just like, wow, that guy loves God, wow. So I wanted to be his friend. Not his friend, his girlfriend, but I just loved the way he loved God, and I wanted that. I wanted to be a friend to someone who loves God the way I saw him loving God. So I remember one of my CDs that I had come with from the States was playing in the radio, and so you can share.
Yeah. So during the break, the tea break, there's some music playing. So I asked around, who hii CD ni ya nani? CD ni unajua saizi tuko MP3. Compact disc.
I'm telling you, zile around zina shine.
So I'm told that it belongs to her. So nikasema, can I borrow? And she was like, yeah, sure. I was shocked because, hey, hizo siku, it was treasured. It was something really precious. So I was expecting her to tell me, let me make a copy. But she was like, yeah, go. I have it. How many days? I'm like, just for a few days. And after now the meeting, while going home, we sat together and we began to talk. Mostly it was just about God and nothing like, oh yeah, basically we're just having conversation. Yeah.
I think one of the things that I most remember about our first interactions was how much we talked about God.
Yeah.
I didn't have that with my friends who, as I told you, are all guys. there's just a conversation that was between us that I couldn't be able to share with them. I just felt he was very deep. He was very grounded. He was very directed. He knew what he wanted, and that really caught my attention. But at the time, marriage was the last thing on my mind, because I was grieving, I was in transition. There was really a lot going on my mind. So it was not even at the back of my mind a boyfriend. Nah.
Yeah. Then eventually she started coming for a Friday worship service. I used to still lead worship. So I see her. She's lifting her hand. I'm like, okay. So it caught my attention. It's like, she's a worshiper. Okay, but sikuwa zile za marriage material, wife. No, I was just interested. I was intrigued. Then later on we had 40 Days of Purpose. Yeah, where we were going through a book by Rick Warren. So at one point, there was a moment where we needed someone to lead worship, and I was asked, "Hey, can you lead worship?" I was like, "No, there's a chick there who can lead worship."
As I told you, I was relocating. I was mourning. I was just in a space that was a little bit murky, and trying to find a church. And now he points out that I should be the one to lead worship. First of all, I'm with strangers, I'm new, I don't know what songs they know. I'm just recently back, having been away for almost 5 years. So I was just like, oh my God, how can you just set me up like that? So I felt like, Yani, you just want me to look bad, Yani too. But because I love God and because I love music, and I said, okay, cool. So I led worship, and from there, our conversations began to increase, and I began now, actually, I was like, I think I want to make this my home church. So I joined the church. No, I did not join the church because of him. But I joined the church, and we began to serve. And I just continued to see this wonderful young man who, he was always folding cables. If there was something to be done, he was doing it. He would be leading worship, then I would see him behind the camera, then he was doing, I don't know, helping with the youth ministry here. I mean, he was just all over the place, serving in every dimension he possibly could. And that, I loved that. And our conversations continued to grow. And then now, I actually joined the staff in the church. And he was working at the church. So now, conversations that were scattered became more continuous, and sometimes in the morning when I would be making lunch for myself, I would carry lunch for him. Goja, you put lunch. So, friendship may develop, and it was at that point I felt, okay, unajua unaanza kufikiria as a young man about family, about a wife. I put a fleece. I told God, the lady who will bring me lunch, because nilijua tu it's impossible. Hakuna tu mle mtu anaweza taka tu home asimenda acha nipeleke Hez nipeleke
lunch. Asema that one I'll know for sure. This is the one.
Na mimi na kiherehere yangu asubuhi naamka nikitengeneza sandwich yangu, sijui nini naniongelesha, tengenezea Hez sandwich pia.
It was not sandwich, ilikuwa lunch.
It was an egg, ham, cheese sandwich with salad.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, hii ilikuwa baadaye. Ile nakumbuka ilikuwa greens.
Si ndio, zilikuwa vegetables.
Oh, sawa, zilikuwa vegetables.
Mimi ndo nilipika.
Wewe ndo ulipika. So, I see her come with the lunch. I'm shocked, first of all. I'm like, okay, God, is this a setup? But I never sikumwambia ati kulikuwa na nini, now you're my girlfriend. Nilieka chini ya maji kwanza. But I was shocked. So we still continued interacting. We had a Bible study group where we used to go for cell groups. So kuendelea nikapata courage. I decided I'll ask her out and kufungua roho. So one day after jioni after work, nikaenda kwa desk yake. She was at the front desk. Kambia, can I take you out for some coffees? Like, okay, sawa, I will tell you when I'm ready. So the day we were supposed to go, she tells me, oh, by the way, I can't I've been asked to cook at home.
It was sincere. It was sincere.
Yeah, really.
He thinks I was being hard.
No.
It was sincere. Okay.
So, kasema, I know worries next time. So she kept on pushing. Oh, the day we were supposed to go out. Oh, I've been asked. My mom has called me. I'm like, I know this ain't happening. So I decided, hii mambo ya makofi, acha niachane nayo, acha nimwambie after service. Nikwambia tu after Friday service, can I meet you? He's like, oh, sawa, super. After service, she comes again. I have to dash home. Mom, amesema niko mapema. I'm like, really sawa. Because I know where to get you. So I used to ria coffee nini nikeka kando. So I decided kama mbaya after work I'll just open up. So nikafunga roho. Nikwambia we've been friends for a long time and I feel it's a time to take it to the next level. She's just smiling. Then she tells me, let me think about it, pray about it, and then I will get back to you.
Like I told you, I was in a murky season of my life. So
Yeah.
I don't think I was ready for a relationship at the time. I felt I needed to heal. My mom needed me because my dad died in a car accident. So she was in crutches, and I felt that it wasn't time for me to be thinking of a relationship. And one thing my dad had told us growing up was to get into a relationship when you have an expected end. So actually, before my husband, I've never had a boyfriend before him. He's the only man I've ever gone out with, and we got married. So I had purpose from an early age that if I get into a relationship, I'm getting in because I'm getting married. So I was like, I'm not ready. This is not the season. This is not the time. So I was trying to think to myself, I don't want to lose our friendship. I don't want to lose, because he had become a very good friend to me, someone that we shared so much. We prayed a lot of things together. So I was thinking to myself, now that he has asked me out, if I say no now, that's it, our friendship is gone. But then at the same time, I needed to be true to myself. So I wrote him a letter.
Barua. So we go for this Bible study. So after Thursday, tukenda home, she hands me a letter. She tells me, do not open it until you reach home. I'm like, finally, okay, maybe she akona karija kuniambia, oh yes, face to face, we're in it. Yeah. Go home, akuna kutoa viatu. I opened the letter. Kwanza it was colored, you know those writing pads. The envelope is matching with the
writing pad.
Yeah.
Actually, this generation doesn't know about those.
Oh, they don't know those things.
Wow.
Email na WhatsApp.
Sin was there.
So nafungua tu the first paragraph, sentence. Thank you for having your interest in me. I like you, but I don't like you in that way. My heart just sank. It's like, when the right person comes, I will support you all the way. I feel too yani. That's June 7. But I just called her. Kambia, I respect your decision and all that. And we cool. Meanwhile, the following day I have to go, pass through front desk where she's seated.
Every day.
Every day. After that, yeah. It was hard. So I had planned without even saying hi. But here she is, all smiling. Oh, hi, good morning. I'm like,
because by the way, nimebebe lunch bado.
Yeah. I'm like, we can't continue like this. As in, many reject, many break heart. I'm heartbroken. So I moved on. You want to share?
He moved on and moved on well. Hey, now, hey, let me tell you. And they started going out. So, that was when you had asked me, was around April, yes?
Yeah.
And then October was his birthday.
Yeah.
I'm very big on festivities, very big on celebrations. So I was like, oh, by the way, we don't celebrate birthdays in our cell group. So I was like, I'm going to do a major surprise, because he was still my friend. So I was like, I'll do a major surprise. I'll do a birthday cake for him. So I organized very well with everyone in the group. We bought snacks. I bought cake. I was all out. What a show. Mi ndio nilikuwa surprised.
Okay, gwere.
Tukaenda birthday party. Sasa mi ndio organizer.
Yeah.
So niko jikoni napanga vitu. We go into where now it was like a living room setting because we used to meet in people's houses.
Yeah.
So we pangad kila kitu. I bring the cake, I set it on the table. So we are supposed to sing happy birthday. So I go to the kitchen. So they sing happy birthday. And then they give him a knife and then they call her. They're like, hey, come and cut the cake with her. So what's my problem? Why should I be offended? Si ni girlfriend yake. Hey, mimi nilitoka jikoni na kama nakuta msee wa wase ameshika demu hivi wameshika kisu wanakata. Nikaanza kulia. Sana lia. What's my problem? So niko maze siwezi kaa hapa kana lia. By the way nalia uncontrollably niko hala, what is happening to me? So nikaenda tu quietly nikachukua bag yangu nikatoka. So our cell group leader noticed that I had left. So he followed me. He was like, ala, Angel nini nikamwambia, I think tu niko emotional. I think nafikiria juu ya dad sana. Acha ninataka kwenda. So nikaingia ma3. Nikalia kutoka South B mpaka Tao. Nikalia kutoka Tao mpaka Lang'ata. Kafika kwa nyumba. My mama anauliza, what's going on? Why are you crying? You look like something so horrible has happened. So I narrate the story to her, what happened. And I'm like, Mom, I can't understand myself what's happening to me. Then she told me, hey. So you told him you'll celebrate him. This is the celebration. Then she told me, you better pray to God that this doesn't work out between the two of them because you are head over heels over him. And I was like, hey. I'd never been in love before, so I didn't know what it was like. I didn't know what it was to actually be that affectionate about someone. So now I was like, now how is tomorrow going to be? He's of course wondering what happened. Why did I leave just abruptly? So now I was in a fix. He's already seeing someone else. He's all in. And here I am thinking to myself, how foolish was I? How did I let this pass me by? Oh, it was very difficult for me. You can't even begin to imagine. Yeah.
So I started going out. It wasn't really as in serious kabisa, but I just, wanted to know this girl and all that. But of course, the friends, the boys in the cell group were like, uchocha. So having conversation, it never worked out after some time. So meanwhile, we're still having this conversation. We're still working together. She's still friendly. I'm confused. So one day I just tell her, I'm not comfortable with this kind of friendship. It's in a gray area. Are we going out? Are we not? People asking, like, oh, are you a nice couple? But we are not. So I told her, I am not a gray area person. So we are either going out or not. Meanwhile, she had prayed that I asked her that question.
Because in fact, I remember when I spoke with my mom told me this is what we are going to do. We are going to tell God, if this is of you, then you will give my daughter a second chance. And so we used to pray about it every day. We would talk about it. And so when he told me, I don't like gray areas. So are we in or are we out? That was what I had asked God for him to ask me again. So I told him, I think before I say I'm in, let's be sober about it so that we are not moving emotionally. So about around the time, I think we were having a singles night out, dinner or something. So in my heart, I said, I think the best way for us to actually officialize this is if he asks me to go with as his date to the singles night out. So singles night out, maze inakam maze. It's supposed to be on a Wednesday night. Sato imekam Sunday, Monday, aki umse aniulizi bana. Tuesday, aki ni kesho. What's going on? So he's escorting me after the service because we used to have Tuesday night service. So he's escorting me to the bus stop. Then he's like, by the way, how are you going to the dinner? I'm like, Fuchs. Thank you, Jesus.
Angel song.
Kama kungekuwa na band za heaven zingekuwa sasa. So I told him, oh, actually, I'm not going with anyone. Then he's like, cool, then we can go together. So I was like, okay, we can go together. Inside, I'm like, But outside I'm like, yeah, we can go together, cool, no problem. So, of course, now thinking, what will I wear, what? So we go for the dinner, and when we're coming from the dinner, he told me, I want us to stop somewhere. Now this is what, now, in fact, I need to icing on the cake. He told me, I'm not in this to find out if I want to marry you. I want to marry you.
Yeah.
So this is my promise to you, that from here on, it is just the two of us. And he actually gave me a ring.
A promise ring.
First date. He gave me a promise ring and he told me, ni wewe na ni wewe, tunaenda tukiendanga. Then he told me, now you need to talk to your mom. I need to maybe make an appointment to come and see her, because I don't want her to wonder, who is this guy you're always talking to?
Yeah.
He doesn't know that time we have been praying with my mother.
Yeah.
I want her to know that this is why I'm always at your house, this is why I'm always calling you.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So I told him, no problem, I'll talk to mom, I'll set an appointment for you. So when I'm talking to my mom, she says, you know that your dad said that the man that will marry my daughters will ask for my permission to date them. My dad wasn't there, so my mom was the representation of the head of our family.
Yeah.
And he had already passed the first test, that he wanted my mom's approval before he took it any further. Si hapo tu ni mabonga points, yani tu kabisa all the way in.
But it was not easy. So I go. So nikakaribishwa. I was expecting her to sit, as in akae next to me. Naona dema ametoka amechomoka, so I'm left with the mom. Her mom was wearing glasses.
Kama izangu.
Kama izangu. She was looking like a headmistress. So kwanza kuanga. Yeah. So
hata huwezi believe tulikuwa tunaomba naye. Huwezi believe tulifast naye. My God. Enyewe mom, kama una watch show, uliweza. Wacha tu.
So we had met before. We had met before. Severally. So I in Kafungoro, I'm dating your daughter, and I was to ask for permission to, date her with the intention of marrying her in the future. She's like, you're very young. Are you sure? Are you sure you're not wasting? Because I was 23, I think. Yes.
Yeah, he was 23.
He was 23.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not a fast live life?
Yeah.
Are you sure this is what you want? I'm like, yeah.
Aki unasikia tulikuwa tunaomba naye na ataka kunichomea. Anamuuliza kako serious. Yenyewe aliweza.
I told her I'm in it and I'm serious about it. And she was like, okay, if that's what you want, you have my blessing. That's now when we officially started dating.
Yeah, and then after that, he actually went to my bishop.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
He went to my bishop and he went and he told him, this is the intention of my heart.
Yeah.
And I have asked Angel out and we are all in. We are going towards marriage. And so actually immediately after that, we started premarital counseling.
Yeah. That's how we started dating. We didn't want to wing it. Yeah. We wanted to be prepared for marriage. So that was really important for me, dating this girl, because I didn't want to play around with her heart. I was, kama ni wewe, hakuna kuangalia nyuma.
Yeah.
So entered premarital class in preparation for marriage. It was fun. Then, of course, we identified a couple who were to be our best couple, a couple that we could seek counsel. It was fun, and also because our personalities are different.
Hey.
I was a serious introvert, any extreme sanguine.
Meaning an extra. So I'm spontaneous, I like noise, I'm all over the place. And him, he likes order, he likes to know what are we doing, when are we doing it, why are we doing it. I'm like, who cares, let's go. So during our dating period, it was very interesting. Very interesting. Because as we began to, I think one of the best gifts God gave us was to be friends first. Because we had already broken the barrier of making impressions.
Yeah, you
Because
literally,
if we had started off dating, we would probably have gone in trying to make impression, you know, I'm like this. But he already knew the kind of person that I was, because he was really my friend. And he had been with me when I'm at home. He had seen me when I'm mad, when I'm doing crazy things. And so there was, hapo nilikuwa nishachoma kaa kulikuwa na kuchoma, hakukuwa na moving back. So for us, we began having, how can I say, like connection friction.
Yeah.
Very early.
True.
Before we even got married. So fortunately for us, we had quite a number of couples that were working with us. And I mean, if there are young people who are listening to us, please don't walk the journey alone, even when you're dating. Because it is because of the people that were working with us that 15 years down the road, you can see us laughing the way we are laughing and looking like we just met yesterday. The counsel that they gave us, the pedal stones and the bridge that they gave us to step on because of the errors they had made that we didn't have to, because they allowed us to learn from their mistakes. So sometimes we would be so mad at each other. I remember one time I was so angry at him. I can't remember why I was angry now, but I told him we have to go and see our best couple. I think we need to just pause the wedding for now. I know it was just one of those still conflict of trying to blend the personalities that we both shared. And when we got to, I remember it was Java Adams Arcade. It was around 11 a.m. the morning. Yani, that is how vivid it is to me. So we go in and they sit and they listen to us. We vent, and then they're like, yeah, I think maybe you're right. You need to take a break.